The following was recorded in front of a live studio audience at the Studio 21 Podcast Cafe. This is the United Podcast Network.
Welcome to the Great American Collectibles Show, heard Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. Eastern on PSA.com and the PSA Facebook page. The Great American Collectibles Show is brought to you by PSA and the National Sports Collectors Convention. Tonight's headlines are brought to you by Sports Collectors Daily. For all of your hobby news, features, and more, visit sportscollectorsdaily.com. And now, your hosts, Tom Zappala and Rico Petrocelli.
Brian, you know Al Christofoli, right?
Absolutely.
What?
He doesn't say.
Nah.
I just show. Welcome everybody.
Welcome.
Huh?
Have you noticed his hair? Have you noticed Al's hair?
I think Al lost his barber.
I mean, I think he wants to try out for that band Journey. That's what he said to me, right?
Yeah, he's let it go a little.
He's let it go. Now, Rico, last week, if I recall.
Some of us who have hair.
No, but last week, I thought you were going to let it go. But what happened?
You embarrassed me, that's
what?
right.
What? Tell me what.
I wanted to grow a ponytail.
Yeah.
And you got all over me.
Ponytail's out of the question, but a long hair in the back for an old man would look good. Look like Rip Van Winkle.
Okay.
Right?
No, I got to get a haircut. So what's happening in the world?
All right, first of all, welcome, everyone. We are so pleased to have in studio with us Brian Drent from Mile High Card Company, because Brian is here for the show that you haven't attended in the last several years.
I haven't gotten invited by the right people.
You want to talk about that? What happened?
No, please.
No, I'm kidding. Kidding.
We got the long shot again, huh?
Yeah, Rico had a little falling out, but we won't get into that. Right? We won't get into that.
Have you been invited back?
No.
No. I don't want to go anyway.
Anyway, Brian from Mile High Card Company's here. Brian, welcome.
Thank you.
He's got an amazing auction coming up, and Rico, right here, there are probably 7 or 8 houses.
There's a couple for sure.
At least a couple of houses here. But first, our headlines. Interesting headline. A lot of people already know it. Steve Sloan is no longer president of PSA and is now in the new position of Chief Marketing Officer for the parent company Collectors Universe. The new PSA president is Kevin Linnane, former vice president of product, and he assumes the new duties immediately. Mm-hmm. Both men have a wealth of experience in their new positions. Steve is a former marketing executive, and Kevin, whose company Gentleman was recently purchased by Collectors Universe, is a technology expert, and he's committed to improving the entire PSA process. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with Steve and Kevin. We've got Kevin coming on the show probably in the next 3 or 4 weeks. We talked to him. He'd love to come on. And actually, we're going to get Nat on too,
sure.
Nat Turner. But again, that's your headline brought to our friends at Sports Collectors Daily. Get the hobby news 24/7 from our friend Rich Miller and the great people at Sports Collectors Daily. Now, there's another headline here. This is a Rico Petrocelli headline.
It is?
So...
You don't see it.
New Orleans Steve... No, I don't think I'm going to give you this. That's not happening. New Orleans Steve Lane and Mikey, my other partner, Mikey Lamazzo's out here. New Orleans Steve Lane sent me this. And this is an article that was in a Brooklyn newspaper that Fox News or something. And they're talking about Rico Petrocelli. And they interviewed this guy. Who is this guy, Hank Lamb?
Huh?
Who is this guy, Hank Lamb? Who is he?
Hank Lamb?
Yeah, the guy he interviewed. Do you even know him?
No, I don't know him.
Hank Lamb, he was a Sheepshead Bay High School grad. He played college basketball at Staten Island Community College and later at Pace University. Said, and I quote, Rico Petrocelli was the best athlete to ever come out of Sheepshead Bay High School. He was an all-first-team, all-city basketball player in 1961 and played alongside Billy Cunningham. There is never a doubt that Rico was going to be a major league ball player. In fact, now this is why I asked you if you knew the guy. He says, in fact, Lamb and some buddies from PS 206 Schoolyard traveled to Boston when Petrocelli was called up to the Red Sox from Double-A. Stewie Levine, that name ring a bell?
Yeah.
Who was he?
He's a friend.
All right. Stewie Levine was also from Schoolyard, Lamb said, and was a top track athlete at Sheepshead Bay.
And then he became a coach, a great coach.
Did he really?
Yeah, yes.
Well, bottom line is this, is that according to this, you were one of the best athletes to ever come out of Brooklyn.
That's not true, of course. I was the best athlete to come out of Brooklyn who didn't freaking go do 5 to 10. That's what he meant.
I was going to say that was a kind of a tough neighborhood, right? How many of the great athletes never made it because they wound up behind bars? Quite a few of them, right? All right, let's get to Brian.
Yeah.
Brian, welcome.
Hey,
You've
thanks.
got first of all, you're in the Boston show. You like the Boston show, huh?
Yeah, it's absolutely one of my favorite shows.
It's been around a long time. It's under new ownership now. It's still called the Greater Boston Collectibles Card Show, though, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And you have always gotten some pretty damn good consignments.
Man, I'll tell you, we've been really fortunate over the years. I've probably been coming here for 25 years or so, and you kind of have to earn your stripes at this show.
Yeah.
You know, when you first come, they're kind of in tune with locals, and until you break through that, it's a little bit of a tough go. But for the last 15, 20 years, we've really done well here. We have a lot of really good clients in the area, have picked up some major collections, so it's worked out really well.
Rick?
Yeah, I was going to say, Boston is a Red Sox city, and not necessarily a all-around baseball city. So what you guys have done is great. I mean, there's people who are coming who probably do like, all the teams, and then, you've helped others who come to the show, maybe for the first time, and they see, hey, there's other players here, there's other teams, so I think it's great.
Yeah, they used
Good
to be
show.
real heavy. Originally, they were real heavy on Red Sox players,
Remember?
Red Sox Bruins players originally. Hey, Rico, and which brings me, that's why I'm not wearing my Great American Collectibles hat. This week I'm wearing my Red Sox hat in honor of,
Jerry.
For our viewers and listeners in other parts of the country, this week in Boston we lost an icon, Jerry Remy. Jerry was all-star Red Sox player, second baseman, but Jerry was more famous in the Boston area and in New England as the color analyst for Red Sox games for the last 30 years.
Oh, yeah, long time.
And
it goes way back.
I mean, you knew Jerry
I
pretty
know.
well. The last time you spoke to him, he had relapsed or something, right?
Well, he had actually a second operation. He's had a bunch
Seven.
of operations.
Seven.
7 operations on his lungs, he had lung cancer. And I think the second time I went up to the booth because he had mentioned even on air that he was depressed.
Yeah.
Didn't blame him.
Yeah.
And so I just went up just to say hello to him, see how he was doing, and he was doing well. And then he went back to broadcasting. Then, of course, he had a relapse, and then finally we knew, a lot of us close to the Red Sox knew that this was pretty bad.
The last time.
Yeah. This was
we were talking, Mike and I were talking about that a couple of weeks ago because I said to Mike, I said, I don't know if we're going to see him again. Yeah. I mean, he threw out the first pitch for the ALCS.
Yeah, I saw that.
Which was great, but you knew that he just wasn't going to be back.
Yeah, I spoke to Dennis Eckersley, his broadcast partner there, and Dave O'Brien, and they knew pretty much because he was actually in the booth in the last month with oxygen.
See, I didn't know that. You mentioned that.
Yeah.
So when he was on camera, he'd take it out?
Right. He'd take it out when actually he spoke, and then he'd put it back in again. And but he was an excellent commentator. He
funny.
Had great
funny.
instinct.
Funny.
He had it all. And he had 2 great partners, and Don Orsillo, who's doing San Diego now, and Dave O'Brien.
Well, actually, he started with, what's his name?
Ned Martin.
Ned Martin,
Yeah.
And then from Ned he went to McDonough, Sean McDonough.
Sean, yeah, that's right.
He had some great partners. But the one thing about Jerry was that he was one funny guy. I don't know, Brian, if you've ever seen some of the, not outtakes, some of the broadcast moments on Red Sox. the pizza
Yeah, it was
thing,
a
the
riot.
pizza throw,
Yeah.
when Remy's tooth fell out on the air.
Yeah.
And he was hysterical.
He ate what kind? A bug or something?
He ate a grasshopper. It's just crazy stuff. But anyways,
was good.
Jerry, rest
Yeah,
in peace.
yes,
Rest in peace.
absolutely. We'll miss him.
All right, let's get back to Brian. So, Brian, how does this show? Oh, Rico, you can ask the second question.
Well, no, I was curious as how this show compares to others that you've been. Leave out the national. National, is
Sure.
fabulous.
The National is on a whole different scale.
Oh, yeah.
So aside from the National, I really think that this show is probably, in my opinion, right at the top level.
Really?
Yeah, I really do. This, and there's a show in Strongsville, Ohio, just outside of Cleveland that I enjoy a lot. So, and then there's the Chicago show, but I think the Boston show is right at the top. We look forward to this show every year.
Well, you have some amazing items that you brought. Let's talk about the auction.
Sure.
When does the auction end? Now, remember, this is Friday, November, whatever it is. When does the auction end? November 1.
November 11th.
So that would be
Next Thursday.
Tomorrow night.
There you go.
Right?
Tomorrow night.
It would be tomorrow night because it's Wednesday night right now. So
Okay.
tomorrow night, the auction ends. Now, Rico's looking at me like a deer in the headlights.
Yeah, he is.
But you realize we're taping the show, Mr. Petrocelli. So
This isn't Wednesday.
So it's Friday and not
I thought
Wednesday.
it was Wednesday. Boy, I'm getting out of here right now. What am I doing here? Am I at the right show? Is this?
Anyway, so the auction ends tomorrow night. Can we look at some of this?
Yeah,
I mean, I don't even want to
absolutely.
touch this stuff, but
Oh, I know.
our associate producer, Chrissy, held that in her hand, and then when we told her what it was worth, why don't you hold it right up?
I didn't hold it. I was scared.
Can
to
we
touch
zero
it.
in
I
on
just
that?
looked at it. You want to have a zoom on that one?
Oh, yeah.
let's zoom in
We're
on
going to
this.
zero in on a lot of them.
Oh, okay. Let's go.
So this is the 1916 Sporting News
Get in there.
Babe
Look
Ruth
at that.
rookie,
Oh, look
Perfect.
at
and
that.
it's
Oh,
graded
there it
PSA
is.
7. There's only 3 cards graded higher than this and 3 more additionally at the same grade. There hasn't been a 7 that's been sold publicly since 2017, and we expect this card to sell for $3 million or more.
May I?
Wow.
Absolutely.
So this particular card now, was this a private consigner? Or, I mean,
It was, sure. Yep.
what a magnificent card.
And the card
Can I see
really,
it,
really stretches the boundaries.
You didn't want to handle the last card at the on the Burka stage. Remember, you were afraid to handle
Yeah, but
the
this one's worth a lot of money, so he wants it.
Exactly.
Wow, that is. Look at the Babe. Look at the uniform.
know,
Yeah.
Mackerel.
Just
Look
a
how
great
thin
card.
he is.
That's a
What's
great
that
card.
up there?
Rico's left.
That's a good.
Babe, I'm sorry.
That's a great card.
Cliff Keen, the old writer for Boston, said he's the greatest player he's ever seen. The Babe can obviously hit for average power, RBIs. And he was an excellent outfielder. He had an excellent arm, and he was a great base runner. And he had some speed early on before he had the 100 hot dogs a day.
You've seen footage of him at the plate, right?
What was it like for Rico to play with him?
That's what I asked. You know?
He's rubbing off on you.
Well,
Yeah.
you should have seen the bat that he brought in last week. To Rico, best wishes, cap.
It
was like amazing. It was amazing.
But that's where did it go?
So, what else do you have? Just show us
Yeah,
as we
great
we
stuff.
go through the show, man.
So this is
Of
a
course.
41 play ball of Ted Williams because we're in Boston.
Can we zoom in on that one?
Yeah, Ted.
I got you.
There we go.
Just lift.
There
There
we
you go.
41 play ball.
It's graded PSA 8. Fantastic color. So great corners. Should do really, really well.
Well, what does really, really well mean?
Oh gosh, the market's changed a lot. I mean, I would expect in advance of 20,000
For this card?
Yeah.
You know something? His rookie card, I just bought one.
Sure.
It was a PSA 3.
Yep.
But it's really not an attractive card.
Well, it's black
and white. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's a black and white card. But see, this is a really cool card. Really cool. What else?
Yeah.
Should we go through a couple?
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
Okay, so this is a 51 Tolateras. It's from Cuba of Josh Gibson. It's a card that
wow.
really you just don't see. It's his only card. He has some postcards and things of that nature, but it's his only card. This is a card that's really a wild card. I don't know if it's going to do 45,000 or 100,000 just because it hasn't been offered recently.
You know, he was interesting player. I mean, we did some research on Josh Gibson. You know, he was up there with the best catches.
Oh,
he was really
a home run hitter,
yeah,
power hitter.
And he was built like a bull.
This,
he was.
Don't laugh at this. I'm going to tell you a little short story. Satchel Paige told us when he was there. He said, "Yeah, Josh Gibson, great hitter." He says, "But it didn't bother me." He said he walked 2 guys to get to Josh Gibson.
He did?
Yeah, bases loaded. Josh Gibson. He talked. He was a riot, but and he said, "I threw my slinky sinker."
He had about 20 different names.
Yeah, he struck him out.
Did he really?
Struck him out. He says that's why he was a great pitcher.
There's another guy that died young. Was
I think
Josh
he was
Gibson.
only like 37 years old.
Yeah, when he died,
Oh,
when he
wow.
passed away. But
Yeah,
he was.
Those days they didn't have what we have now, and medicines and all that.
Yeah.
What else we have, Brian?
Vitamins.
So this is a 51 Bowman Mickey Mantle rookie.
To my card, baby.
Yeah.
Except I only have it in a 3. You want to swap?
No. No, this is a PSA 6. It's a nice centered card. Just a card that has really exploded in value recently.
You know, that card, Rick, I bought this card when I was in Florida last year. And this card, in my opinion, still doesn't get enough love. Because
Everybody says that.
I mean, this
yeah.
really, can you hold, can we zero in on this? Oh, here, you hold it. Because it's really the Mickey Mantle rookie card.
It is the rookie card.
It's his rookie card, but the 52 Topps gets all the love because it's a beautifully colored card.
And it's the first top set.
Exactly, first top set. But is this card increasing in value?
Oh, big time, yeah. This is a card that's incredibly popular right now and really increasing in value. It's it's chasing down the 52 Topps.
Good. That's what I want to hear.
Wait a second. How much?
Part of my collection.
See
to
what
my
you can come up with.
Huh?
Part of my collection.
That's
to my
not going to get it done, Rico.
$50 for that?
I'll tell you what. Why don't you trade him your 40th home run ball?
What the hell's he going to do with that? No, just kidding. Mickey, of course, was my idol. Well, I'm not idol. Hero, as a kid growing up in New York.
Was he really?
Yeah. And then when I played against him, it was like...
We have a few minutes. Will you tell
No,
us?
I'm not going to tell
funny.
Folks, don't...
No, when you
Tell
got
us the story.
when you got to
shut him
first.
off.
No, when you got to first base. Remember when you got to first?
Yes, I got the first base my rookie year. And
That's pretty
I
funny.
was so nervous. He was
Was he playing first?
Yeah, and he had moved to first base because his legs were so bad.
Sure.
And yeah, I took a lead, and I wanted.
You're trying to be cool too, right?
Trying to stay with it. I'm trying to. Should I say hello? What if he says, "What the hell do you want, kid?" I'll be crushed. So I took another lead ball too. So I says, I got to do it now because 2-0. He might swing and get it. I may never get this chance. So get back to the base. I was just about to say something. He turns around and says, "Hey, Rick, how you doing, buddy?" And I said, "Oh, not too bad, Mick. I tell you, yeah, it's been pretty good." I was like, "Oh man, Mickey."
He knew your name.
Yeah,
That's really
geez.
cool. That's
so
really
that's
cool.
that's the 50th time I told.
No,
the
it's still a
story.
great story.
You know, people are going to think I'm.
No, that's a great story. It's a great story. What else you got there? Oh, you got the 52,
You got
man.
the 52. Yeah. So this is one that's graded a 3. It has the appearance of a 5 or even a 6. There's a tiny, tiny little imperfection on the back. PSA, pretty difficult, and they just recently graded it a 3. So it provides a tremendous amount of value in the holder.
Let me ask you a question about that, if I
Yeah,
may.
sure.
All right, so this is a PSA 3, and I agree with you. This card
It looks a lot nicer than
looks
a
like
3.
a 4 or 5. It really does.
Yeah, it's a nice card.
You can hold it. I'm sorry.
Getting closer? Could you get in closer? That's it.
No, that's actually
That's
pretty
all we
good.
got.
We
That's
gotta
pretty
get
good.
new cameras.
But you know something? My question is, when a card grades out at a 3, for
Sure,
instance,
yeah.
and you say, and everybody says, and not just PSA, any grading company,
Mm-hmm.
they say, you know something? It's a 3, but look at it. It really looks like a 4 or 5.
Yeah, technical grade versus the appearance.
So my question is, does a card that's graded at 3, does it have more value
Yeah.
than another card graded a 3.
And I think every collector needs to realize that. And I think what's happening through the maturation of our industry is people do realize it. And so this card will sell far in advance over what a traditional normal 3 might sell for. So not every grade and not every card within a grade are equal.
Gotcha.
You know, there's attributes of certain and characteristics of certain cards that really maybe, make the card, especially on high dollar cards like that, much more valuable.
We are chatting with Brian Drent from Mile High Card Company. A little later on, we've got Lee Behrens coming in. Lee is from Sterling Auctions, great guy. He's going to be joining us. And, of course, don't forget about our giveaway. Now, and we have a Rico spot on deck with Rico.
When?
Today.
Yeah, well, what about it?
Well, we're going to ask a question.
Well, of course, yes.
Now,
So we've been doing it.
Here's what we're giving away for out of the bag. This is our last dear friend, the late, great former welterweight champ of the world, Tony DeMarco. This is the last signed little photo of Tony that we have, so we're going to give it away today.
Nice.
Here. And then on deck with Rico. I love this. I love the sideburns, man. We're going to give an autographed Rico Petrocelli. This is the last one of these that we have. The rest of them are the ones.
More.
No, the one.
What year was this, Rico?
I can't get rid of him.
This is
Come on.
1936.
1936.
That's Winter Haven.
He was ready to go out with Lou Gehrig that night.
How old were you there? About 22?
No, I was older than that.
Where?
Let's see. That was after 16. I was about 26.
You know who you look like? You look like Christopher in The Sopranos. Remember the nephew?
I do.
No kidding.
You do. You look like him.
Might have been a cousin.
All right, listen. Brian's in the house. We're going to take a quick break. Hang in there. We'll be right back.
Since 1996, Brian Drent and the staff at Denver's Mile High Card Company have led the charge in the collectibles hobby. Mile High is a full-service dealer specializing in buying and selling cards and offers a competitive consignment program for all collectors. Whether it be their computerized want list service, appraisals, or auction services, Mile High has it all. If you've been searching for a company with a selection of high-grade vintage 1888 to 1970 baseball cards and memorabilia that shares your passion, aim high, Mile High. Go to milehighcardco.com or call 303-840-2784 for more information.
It's often been said that championships are won on the practice field, and world records come only to those willing to work harder than everybody else. Heritage Auctions is the world's largest collectibles auctioneer because we believe that becoming the best is only an invitation to the challenge of remaining the best. This requires the skills of the hobby's top experts, capable of identifying and maximizing value for our consigners. It requires the most visited website in the industry, courting a global audience of collectors over 1.5 million strong. It requires a dedicated press department that expands our global reach far beyond the entrenched hobby marketplace. It's hard work, but a simple premise. Present the finest collectibles to the largest population of potential buyers, and world records will come. We invite all listeners to put the unmatched power of Heritage Auctions to work for you. Auction evaluations are always free, and our commission-based fee structure ensures that our interests are always aligned. The highest possible price for your collectibles. There will always be new world records to chase, so let's chase them together. Visit our website at ha.com and request your no-obligation review today.
Hi everyone, I'm Rico Petrocelli, and I'm very excited to talk to you about our new partner, Panini America. Panini America is the world leader in licensed sports and entertainment collectibles, and we're proud to have them as the official trading card of the Great American Collectibles Show. When it comes to modern trading cards of your favorite players, Panini America leads the way in terms of innovation, design, creativity, value, and fun. From landmark brands such as Donruss, Prism, and Contenders to high-end juggernauts like Flawless, National Treasures, and Immaculate, Panini America delivers the hottest trading cards of the biggest names in the NBA, NFL, MLB, PA, NASCAR, soccer, and college. When you want to collect the best, collect Panini America. Ask for it at your local hobby shop or at mass retailers like Target and Walmart. And you can always find Panini America online at icollectpanini.com. Panini America. Who do you collect? How would you like to own the bat that was used by your favorite player when he hit that towering home run or game-winning base hit? Now look no further than JT Sports, specializing in the sale and authentication of professional game-used bats. As the official authenticators of professional model game-used bats for PSA DNA, JT Sports will guarantee the authenticity of any bat purchased from them. JT Sports also buys and sells game-worn uniforms, gloves, and baseball equipment. The unique quality of the collectible is what JT Sports is all about. Give them a call at 609-487-8003 or check them out at GameUseBats.com.
Hi, this is Dan from Memory Lane Auction and Collectibles Company. If you're looking to maximize your return on your sports cards and collectibles, look no further. We at Memory Lane Auction House offer you several options to achieve top dollar for your collectibles. Whether you're looking to auction or sell privately, we're the #1 choice with over 17 years in the hobby. Nobody will work harder to achieve your goals. Just call us today at 877-606-5263. That's 877-606-LANE. Or visit us on the web at www.memorylaneinc.com. Go with the best. Go with Memory Lane.
Let's go. Batter up.
Hi, everyone. This is Rico Petrocelli. JustCollect.com, a leader in the vintage sports card industry, is giving free appraisals on your vintage cards. They'll evaluate your collection for free and let you know the value of it at no cost and no obligation. If you're ready to sell, JustCollect.com will offer you industry-leading prices to buy your card collection. To begin your free baseball card appraisal, visit JustCollect.com or call them at 732-828-2261. That's JustCollect.com for your free vintage card appraisals and top buy prices for your cards. Check out JustCollect.com today.
Now on deck with Rico Petrocelli. Rico Petrocelli. Hi, my name is Chloe. Time for On Deck with Rico Petrocelli.
All right. No, actually, those are David's kids.
Are they?
His granddaughters. All right, so this is like the highlight. This is the highlight.
Of what?
This is our segment called On Deck with Rico, brought to you by our good friend Brian Dwyer and the great staff at REA Auctions. Don't forget to get your bid in by going to robertedwardauctions.com. That's Robert Edward Auctions for extraordinary results and extraordinary. Excuse me, would you guys tone it down, please? No, I'm only kidding. Look at two old guys talking.
Well, that's our audience there.
Two old guys talking. All right, listen. This question this week is from Sarah Hughes, and this is a non-baseball question. You ready?
Sarah, what are you doing?
Rico,
Yes.
What is your favorite Italian food?
My favorite Italian food is, I don't know.
You got to pick something. You know something? Every time I ask him a freaking question,
everything.
It takes 15
what
minutes.
What kind of question is this?
What's your favorite Italian food? Pick one.
Ravioli. I like raviolis.
Chef Boyardee?
No, Chef Boyardee. Mom. No, my mother used to make them from scratch.
Oh, my mother did too.
Yeah, they put the ricotta in, and
you're killing me.
Then with a cup, go like this.
You are killing
And
me.
they go over,
Yeah.
put it over with the ricotta, and boom. And these things were like just big.
So let me ask you a question. What did you put on it, sauce or gravy?
I put on sauce.
That's my man right
All
there.
right, hey.
You know how many people? Are you Italian? Oh, you know how many people call it gravy? It's like ridiculous.
It's sauce.
It's sauce. But a lot of people in New York City, Steve Lane and that crowd, and the people down Staten Island, Joe Marino, and some of the people in East Boston, they call it gravy, not sauce. And the reason they call it gravy is because when their grandparents came over, they tried to Americanize themselves, and they bastardized it by calling it gravy. I get aggravated. I'm sorry.
Apparently.
I get aggravated.
That was great. Yeah, that's a waste of 2 minutes
get-
right there.
it's sauce,
let's
right?
go back to the
Tom, what's your favorite
It's
Italian
sauce.
food?
I like
Anything.
cioppino.
Cioppino's.
Cioppino, a nice
Yeah.
stew. Italian stew with sauce in it that has lobster, shrimp. Well, I can't eat shrimp anymore. Clams, mussels, scallops.
I see. Yes.
Awesome.
Yep. That's Northern Italians.
All right. Listen, before we get back to Brian, how about our friends?
Those are the big shots. What?
How about our friends at the Philly Show?
Well, how about them?
Well,
you want me to read?
That'd be nice.
Well, let me look at my glasses on, huh? Yeah. Well, I'm reading this. I don't memorize it. Yes, I love this show. I love who's it?
No, Joe.
Joe's. Well, listen, folks. East Coast Sports Marketing and Hunt Auctions are pleased to present the Philadelphia Sports Show Collectors Show. Hey, that's right. That's very good. The Philly Show from Friday, December 3rd to Sunday, December 5th at the Valley Forge Casino Resort in King of Prussia, Pennsylvania. King of Prussia.
We were there.
Yeah, we were there.
You cost me a lot of money on the tolls.
Yeah, well, you hit the guy in the toll booth.
At least you didn't lose money upstairs at the casino.
That's right. I hit the toll plaza.
Shop over 200 of your favorite hobby dealers' booths on over 55,000 square feet of sports collectibles heaven from the 1800s to present day. Major sports auction houses and third-party gradings and authentication companies are on hand to assist your collecting needs. The Philly Show is family-friendly, and all kids 12 and under get in for free. Autographed guests to include Manny Trio, Steve Carlton, Pete Rose.
Overrated.
Yeah, right.
Jim
Thome, over 600 home runs. It says in parentheses, first Philly area appearance since Hall of Fame induction. That's Jim Thome. Wrestling legend Ric Flair, and of course Major League Baseball's oldest living MVP, Bobby Shantz, who is well into his 90s.
94.
94 years old, Tom's age. But for more information, go to PhillyShow.com. Remember, since 1975, the Philly Show is where it all started.
We were down there. We had fun down there.
It was
remember?
a great show. I really
Brian, you go.
It. Yeah,
absolutely. We've gone every year for 25 years.
That's
all right. Listen,
2 more here.
We got a couple of other. I want to as we're going on now. You have a satchel. I mean, Hank Aaron. Can you
got
hold?
the true home run champ?
Yes.
I couldn't agree with you more.
In PSA 8. So this is a card that has shown a great increase recently, and probably has a lot more life to it in terms of value.
What's a card like that? What's it? PSA what?
It's about $60,000.
$60,000.
How great was it that Atlanta won? I mean, I didn't care either team, but
sure.
Atlanta won, and then the commissioner, Manfredo, I call him, he had to give them the trophy. Well,
I know,
because they lost the All-Star
game.
Sure.
I mean, wow, a lot of people were hurt.
And they came to Colorado.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah, Colorado. I mean,
Michael.
There's nothing wrong with that, but they shouldn't.
Can you lend me $60,000? You right? You're cheap. You are so cheap. It's ridiculous. Pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. What else you got?
We've got a 56 Jackie Robinson. Jackie is probably as hot of a vintage card as there is right now. And this is a PSA 9, probably about $70,000 right now.
I have that card in a 2.
At least you have the card.
I know that. See, listen, I'm changing my whole paradigm. I've gotten rid of most of my T206s, except for the Hall of Famers. I've kept all those. And what I'm doing is now, I'm because of Rico, I'm not kidding. Rico kind of got me into the 52 tops, talking about it a lot. So now what I'm doing is I'm focusing on Hall of Famers from all over the place, play ball, Gaudies, but not in high grades. I'm buying them in 2s, 3s, 4s, and once in a while a 5 or a 6. And I like it. So
we've got a couple more. This is a 56 Ted Williams, also in PSA 9, because we are in Boston.
Can we zero in on that?
And we wanted to bring a Teddy ball game card.
What year is that?
56.
56. That's a very popular card.
It is. This is a great card. It's a more modern card, but obviously a condition rarity because it was the first year that employed the foil.
Jeter.
This is Jeter's rookie, and it's a PSA 10.
Oh, wow. God.
So this card is probably between $400,000 and $450,000. Obviously, maybe the greatest player or the most popular player, along with Trout, and probably the last 40 plus years.
And you know something? I think he's up there. If you look at his numbers, he's up there.
Oh, there's no question.
As far as shortstops, his numbers are. I've really paid attention to him and Wagner's. They're very close. Their numbers are very close.
Yeah,
Sure.
and he was just a popular guy. Even the Red Sox fans liked him.
Oh,
he was
absolutely.
a class guy.
Yeah.
They gave him a standing ovation when he came here the last time.
They did. Sox fans like him.
Yeah, no, he's a good guy.
You got a Wilt?
We got a Chamberlain rookie in a PSA 8. This one just came back from PSA, and we were fortunate enough to get an 8, which is a fantastic grade. Really tough card. Basketball is incredibly popular right now, and vintage as well as modern basketball, and Chamberlain's rookie is right at the top of the heap.
You know, basketball, I was going to say that. Basketball is gaining traction. Is football gaining traction a little bit?
Absolutely.
It is?
Yeah. Yeah, we have a great football card now that you brought it up. We've got Patrick Mahomes' National Treasures card. It's 1 out of 25.
Really?
And this card is, $350,000 to $450,000 card.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
What about you have some signed game used basketball jerseys now? Did they wash them before they gave them to you, or did you just throw them right from took them off? And
I haven't given them the smell test, so I'm not exactly sure if they are washed
I'm just
or
curious.
not.
That's all. All right.
Signed baseballs, memorabilia. What else?
Yeah, there's Ruth balls. There's a beautiful ticket from 26, I believe. I don't know what home run, but it's from a Ruth home run game, and Ruth signed it on the back, so that's really cool. Nice. There's a beautiful Type 1 Joe Jackson photo in the from 1919.
Rico's buddy.
Oh, yeah.
Joe, I taught him a lot.
How was he?
He bought him
Good
the
guy?
shoes.
I tell him, you got to wear shoes once in a while. Joe, what is this? How you going to run? And he said, okay, boy.
You know, he couldn't write.
He was illiterate.
His wife used to sign for him.
Yeah, then he
learned.
Yeah, then after he retired, after he was kicked out of baseball,
Sure.
he opened up a
liquor store.
Yeah.
You know that Ty Cobb walked into that liquor store one day.
Yeah.
True story. Mm-hmm. And he was embarrassed. He was behind the counter, and I think Cobb said to him, "Hey Joe, it's Ty. Don't you
remember?
Don't you remember
Yeah.
me?" And he says, "Of course I remember you, Ty." He says, "I was embarrassed to say hi to you because
of what happened.
What happened?
I didn't think anybody from up there wanted to see me anymore."
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, great player. Great player.
Oh, great hitter.
Really
was. They said he didn't. He hit like 350 or something in the World Series. That World Series that were thrown, and they.
But they also said that defensively there was some things that happened with him defensively.
But Ruth says he patterned his swing after Joe Jackson's swing.
Really?
Even though Jackson didn't have the power, because probably in the dead ball era, the ball just didn't jump off his bat. But
Ruth was.
Rico, I want to ask you about that. Because when I look at film of Babe Ruth, his toes, his stance, his toes were always in, and then he stepped into the plate. Isn't that everything against what hitting's supposed to be?
No. He was so strong, he could make up for a hitch.
A
lot of big hitters, home run hitters. But he was a front foot hitter. Aaron was a front foot hitter. In other words, they take their stride and then hit.
And then step into it?
Then get the swing
so that
going.
back foot's almost off the ground.
Yeah, right. Rather than this, occasionally it is. They hit home runs.
Yeah.
But they teach, usually you teach is that back foot has to turn. You should keep it in the ground and it has to turn. In other words, follow through, like golf.
Yeah.
Same thing. And you have to do that. But there were some hitters who, just so strong. But Hank was front foot, and he was so strong that he can get to the inside.
But he wasn't a big guy, was he?
No, he was 5'11", maybe 180 pounds.
Unbelievable.
All those guys, Mays.
Yeah, none of those guys
Where
were
did the
big.
power come from?
Well, they're strong. They eat a lot of Italian food.
Hey, Brian, is the vintage market? That's my big concern because I'm a vintage collector. Is the vintage market holding its own?
Oh, absolutely. I think we've seen great increases. Obviously, we all know that some of the modern material seems the prices are extraordinary.
They're all over the place.
They're extraordinary, and they fluctuate a great deal. But vintage definitely has seen a great resurgence. There's been, if you notice in whether it's our auction or other auction houses, some of the material that's coming forth because the prices are so strong is extraordinary, probably as good as we've ever seen. and it's just auction after auction and great material after great material. So I truly am bullish on where prices are and where they're going to be.
Well, I'll tell you, a lot's happening in the industry. This industry is all over the place.
Yeah.
I mean, we've experienced in the last 2 years, like, just a total whatever you want to call it,
recreation
of the whole hobby.
When we started
Think about
the show, there was when we had guests on, we talked about what about the future? How's it growing?
Exactly.
Kids, get the kids, the young kids in there, and you guys have done such a great job,
But then all of a sudden, Rico, you had this whole young group of investors / hobbyists in their 20s, the millennials, the Gen X's, the whatever they're called, and they just overwhelmed
it's
them.
a great investment.
I agree.
It's something we always talked about. It's emotional. You know the player, or even if you heard about Mickey Mantle. I mean, wow, you talk to even kids, they know the name. Oh, Mickey Mantle, wow. Oh, Babe Ruth. I always get the questions.
But now it's Tatis. It's Juan DeFranco.
That's great.
Exactly.
That's why you're
that's
going forward.
That's where they start, and then they go back from there.
That was my question. So, I mean, they're not going to abandon the vintage market.
Gosh, no.
Good.
No.
We are chatting with Brian Drent from Mile High Card Company. Let's talk about another friend, Scott Russell at Collector Connection. Our friend Scott over at the Collector Connection is very excited about his upcoming auction running November 10th through the 28th. It is their flagship pre-World War II auction, the only auction dedicated to only pre-war 1941 cards in the hobby. This time out, in addition to the usual great tobacco, caramel, and gum cards with a nice variety of Babe Ruth cards, there's also a selection of early 20th century postcards, photo cards. Start with 13 of the 16 T200 team cards, including Shoeless Joe's Indians, Honus Wagner's Pirates, and Jim Thorpe's Giants. Then move to a selection of Rose Company postcards, including one of the rarest cards in the hobby, the Cy Young, only the third known example. Also, novelty cutlery, postcards, trade cards, and more with low starting bids. And as always, no reserves on anything. So head on over to thecollectorconnection.com and tell them we sent you. Good. What else you got? You got a few others you can...
I think that was about it that we brought up. So
as we were just talking about, the industry and the hobbies change. Fanatics has come in.
Yeah.
And they bought... I mean, they're coming out with their own... whatever you want to call it. I mean, what's going to happen 3 years from now? Is there going to be a Fanatics line of cards, or is Topps going to be absorbed by Fanatics?
Yeah.
What's your opinion?
A lot of people have asked this. I'm not 100% sure. I don't think anybody is. Maybe they're not even sure. But I do know that they've got the Major League Baseball license, they've got the NFL license, they've got the NBA license. So I think what may happen is you may see.
Oh, sorry.
You may see. Fanatics co-brand with Topps and Panini. You may see offshoots of the Fanatics brand utilize Topps, but I don't think we're done seeing Topps.
Well, if we are done seeing Topps, if there's another line, isn't that going to do something for the Topps cards that exist already? As far as, are there too many of them? I mean, are they going to increase even more?
I think they could because of just the nostalgia, and it's the backbone of what our whole industry is built on.
Rick, you were a Topps collector, right, when you were a kid?
Yeah. Yep. Well, that's all they had was Topps.
Yeah, well, that's right. Well, the Bowman until
that's true. Yeah,
until they stopped.
I'm not that old, but yeah. Topps. I signed with Topps. Well, and
what year did you sign with Topps?
What year? 1963.
So you got a Cadillac, right? They gave you?
Yeah.
Listen to what he got.
A little Cadillac. Yeah. No, they gave us a.
What did they give you?
Listen to this. This is classic.
No, they give you a brochure we had, and you could pick out something. So I said I picked out a stereo.
Really?
Yeah. And I wish I had that stereo now.
That'd be worth money.
Yeah. That's it. They owned you.
They owned you.
You couldn't get out of the contract.
Brian, your website?
MileHighCardCo.com. MileHighCardCo.com.
Thank you so much for coming, man.
Thank
Love you. You know what you mean to us.
Thank you.
And we'll see you tomorrow. We're going to swing by. We're going to do a little filming.
Let's do it.
Oh, nice.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. We come back. Lee Behrens is going to join us. Hang in there, and we will be right back.
My name is Davis. Please consider making a donation to the Jimmy Fund and Dana-Farber Cancer Institute and help stamp out cancer in kids. We have all been touched by cancer, but we can win the battle. Please make your donation, and remember, no amount is too small. The Jimmy Fund is the official charity of the Boston Red Sox. Thanks very much.
Hi, I'm Rico Petrocelli. I hope you listen to my pal Davis and make a contribution. We want to make children's cancer a thing of the past, and with your help, we can do it. Just go to TomZappalaMedia.com to make your charitable donation.
This is my fight song. Take back my life song.
If you're a discerning collector interested in owning the most important pieces in the hobby, look no further than Leland's Auctions. The original sports auction and appraisal house, Leland's was established in 1985 by legendary Pioneer founder Joshua Leland Evans. And today, President Mike Hefner carries on the tradition. From the Tom Brady card and memorabilia collection to the famed Boston Garden Auction to high-end card auctions from every major sport, Leland's has always maintained the highest standards. Go to Lelands.com and get your bid in. That's Leland's, the hobby's leading sports auction house for 4 decades.
Panini America is the world leader in licensed sports and entertainment collectibles, and we are proud to have them as the official trading card company of the Great American Collectibles Show. Panini leads the way in innovation and design with great brands like Donruss, Prism, Contenders, Flawless, National Treasures, and Immaculate. Partnering with the NBA, NFL, Major League Baseball Players Association, NASCAR, FIFA, and college, Panini is certainly at the head of the hobby. You can find Panini products in major retailers like Walmart and Target, or online at icollectpaniniamerica.com. That's Panini America. Who do you collect?
Pristine Auction is a family-owned and operated online auction specializing in autographed memorabilia, sports cards, coins, art, and collectibles. Since their founding in 2010, they've grown to 2 facilities in Phoenix, Arizona, totaling over 60,000 square feet. Jared Cavalier and an incredible staff of over 150 team members serve a very large customer base and enjoy every minute of it. By working with leading authentication companies, Pristine ensures all items are 100% authentic. In addition, third-party authenticators regularly travel to Pristine Auction to provide authentication services on site. Pristine Auction strives to operate its business in a way that's honoring to God, their families, and their customers. With a strong focus on speed, quality, and premier customer service, their mission is to be the leading online auction for every level of collector and fan. Pristine also works for Hope Sports and Identity Hoops International, traveling to Mexico to build houses for the less fortunate. Pristine Auction offers several online auction formats with thousands of auctions ending each day. For more information, go to pristineauction.com. That's Pristine Auction, the best in the business.
This is Brian Drent, president of Mile High Card Company. Is your sports card and memorabilia collection properly insured? For easily replaced personal property, homeowners insurance is all most people need. But for prized possessions that you may have spent a lifetime collecting, it doesn't go nearly far enough. Collectibles Insurance Services has been insuring for over 50 years. They offer a full range of protection and a $0 deductible at an affordable rate with no appraisals required. I know because they insure my collection. If you have a minute, go to collectinsure.com and learn more about insuring your personal card or memorabilia collection.
Hi, this is Dan from Memory Lane Auction and Collectibles Company. If you're looking to maximize your return on your sports cards and collectibles, look no further. We at Memory Lane Auction House offer you several options to achieve top dollar for your collectibles. Whether you're looking to auction or sell privately, we're the #1 choice with over 17 years in the hobby. Nobody will work harder to achieve your goals. Just call us today at 877-606-5263. That's 877-606-LANE. Or visit us on the web at www.memorylaneinc.com. Go with the best. Go with Memory Lane.
Why are you sitting so close to me?
Well, I don't know. They said get close.
All right, listen, we're going to bring Lee in. Actually, Lee is with us. Lee, how are you, buddy?
Hello, Lee.
Good. How are you guys doing?
Good. Lee Behrens from Sterling Auction Sports. Before we talk to Lee, we got a couple of little business things. Giveaway.
Yeah, you
right
gonna
now.
do it now?
Yeah, we'll give this away now.
Okay.
And this will be for a Tony DeMarco, the late, great former welterweight champ of the world, Tony DeMarco. This is the last one that we have. Ricky, you can pick.
Well, there's nothing in here.
Oh, would you pick a name?
I just kidding. There it is.
Who do we got?
We got Randy Rowe.
Randy Rowe. Randy, row your boat, baby. Randy Rowe. Here's what you got to do. You get in touch with us. Email me, message me, PM me. Do what you have to do. If I don't hear from you in 1 week, you're out. Fair enough?
How does he know your email?
They message me on Facebook.
All right, listen. I got something here.
All right, let's go.
Well, this is going out to all card collectors who would be listening, right?
Right.
Yeah. The ones who bought their first pack.
I'm begging you. Hold
remember
on.
this when you were 10 years old, maybe, and still feel like you're 10 when you buy a pack at 50 or 60, whatever the hell you are. The ones who obsessively go to eBay to research and search all around. Great company. The ones hoping desperately to find that card they don't just want, they need. eBay is here for them. eBay is here for them with a trick for every trade. Like advanced tools
It's like
for price
listening to
checking
War and Peace.
with our price guide beta, improved management with our online collection, and up to 50% faster listing with image scan. Learn how collecting just got smarter at ebay.com/trading hub.
And guess what, Rico?
What?
eBay's here for the card collectors with a trick for every trade, like advanced tools for price checking with our price guide beta, improved management with our online collection, up to 50% faster listing with image scan.
Yeah.
Learn how collecting just got smarter at ebay.com/trading hub. Guess what they just sold recently? How about a Kobe Bryant autographed 81-point game ticket? How much do you think that went for?
About 14,000 something.
You're like Kreskin. You're like Kreskin.
Well, that's just
What about the Tom Brady autograph helmet? One of one.
You know, seriously, this is really good. I'd say it goes around 10,600.
Amazing. The man is absolutely
Not
amazing.
$599, but $600.
The man is amazing.
And they got an Alpha Black Lotus for $86,600.
Go to ebay.com. All right, let's get to Lee.
Great company.
Mr. Behrens, how you doing, number one?
Good.
You look
Thanks
great.
for having me on, guys.
You look great. Hey, Lee, we always, and I'm reading this question because I really put some thought into it. We always say that you have something for every pocketbook, and there's no exception. I just looked on your site, and it's the same thing. You've got some cards that meet just about every budget. Can you tell us about the high-end cards that you have, and then the budget cards that you're offering?
Sure. The high-end cards I got are different cards, such as we have some Babe Ruths.
I need
This is
that
a
card.
01 mark, a little ink mark on it, but very, very presentable.
I need that card.
All right.
34 Gaudy Gehrig, very presentable, 2.5 clean.
Wow.
52 Topps. Jackie Robinson, that's a 2, but is much better. It's downgraded a little because it's got a little water stain on it.
Hold on. Can you hold that card up again, Lee? Sure. Let's talk about that for a minute. So that card now, what do you think the final sale price on that card will be? Somewhere around what? If you had to venture a guess.
$5,000-$6,000. I mean, with because the presentation is so good for the grade, I suspect it'll be a high end too, as far as on the price.
You know, I don't know if you heard us. We were talking to Brian Drent about that. Sometimes when a card is graded a 2 or 3 and it looks like a 4, sometimes that card gets that value of a 4.
Oh, yeah, it will. I mean, in my the next auction, which is number 100 for me, I have 2 more Babe Ruth cards, a 33 Gaudy, that I thought for sure would be a minimum 2 or a 3. They both came back 1.5, and they're both crease-free, so that's more of your high-end presentation stuff.
Well, again, but you know something? That could be a good thing for the collector, the average 80-20 rule, the 80% of the people that can afford to buy a card like that. Now you're right in their wheelhouse.
Exactly, and that's where Sterling kind of tries to fit in is we do have lots that start as low as $20, We do graded and ungraded. So we do have a nice selection like this time around of 1957 tops. A guy gave me a near set. It was 26 cards short, and I broke it down for him.
Wow.
So,
Yeah,
I mean, you can go get your Ted Williams, your Mays, your Aarons, your Mantle, all individually ungraded on that in there. We also provide your lower end, top tier Hall of Famers, so the people on some type of budget, they can afford to get in there instead of having to always worry.
Very
about
cool.
You have some.
Go
ahead.
That.
Well, I was going to say you have some very affordable rookie cards as well, don't you?
Yeah, every auction you always do get a nice selection of rookie cards. All the sports. I mean, this is the first time I've actually had some Shohei Ohtani's, which obviously became very popular.
Nice.
But we have Aaron, Koufax, K-Line, nice 6.5 with them through the 60s, the 70s. We have a nice 75 tops mini set with the Yount and the Brett that graded plus another 60 cards in the set. So it's a very attractive set for someone that's looking for.
Lee, what about the? Are you getting? I know you're a vintage guy, basically like most of us, but are you getting into the modern and ultra modern card market more and more?
I get it through clients. I don't readily, go after it and stuff, but I have a very strong clientele. I mean, I'm always amazed. Like the last auction, I had a guy that gave me this collection of hockey cards that were those special pull cards and stuff, and it was like 15 of them or something, and it was well over $500, and that was like $400 more than the minimum we started at.
Wow.
It's just, and the consignor was very, very happy.
Very
when it
cool.
was all
That's
said
good
and done.
stuff.
So
Yeah, we like
always
to hear
amazed at what's out there for clientele that you don't realize it's actually
Yeah.
there, but they're looking.
Absolutely.
Lee, you have some auctions coming up in December and January, right?
Yeah, December is Sterling Sports Auctions number 100, which is I'm just amazed at this point. We're making it to number 100, and I'm going to try to make it the best ever. And I am offering some consignment specials, whether on graded cards, and plus if you have some complete sets, you just need to email me or call me, and we can go through what we have going on with that. But I already have a nice selection. Like I mentioned, I have 2 33 Gaudy Roos. There's a 33 Gaudy Gehrig. I'll have a 52 Topps Mays, a Red Heart Mickey Mantle.
Wow.
And all this stuff is PSA graded. So it's
something, Lee. You're one of the guys. You're one of the feel good stories in the hobby, because quite frankly, I know you've been in business for how long have you been in business now as Sterling?
I've had Sterling for 7 years. I've been in the hobby since around 1980.
Okay, but I'm saying the last 2 years, in my opinion, you have really exploded. Almost to the forefront of the smaller houses. Obviously, you're not a Heritage or a Golden or a Leland's, but you're that next tier that really, it seems as though a lot of hobbyists are gravitating towards the smaller auction houses that are more personal, and it's like they can deal. If we call Sterling Auctions, Lee Behrens answers the phone.
That is correct. I'm a one-man show. I do have a guy that comes in the day after an auction ends to help me pack and ship.
Well, actually, Rico's looking for some part-time work. Can he ship? He's a good shipper. He can ship.
Well, if you fly yourself into Minnesota, we'll gladly.
Of course, especially now, it's real nice there.
Right,
about 12 below now. What is
well, no, we're getting there, but we're in the 50s yet. But
it's a beautiful
I'm sure we
state.
can get you some 12 below if you really want it.
Lee, what's your website address?
It's sterlingsportsauctions.com. I can always be reached at through that, or if you just do a Google search under Sterling Auctions, it always comes up right towards the top if you get totally lost.
Awesome.
Great.
But I am a one-man show, so you do get to deal with me, and you get the personal touch. And
That's important. It's important.
Try to take care of everybody the way I want to be treated, and I think
That's
it's
a good
worked out
thing.
really well.
Absolutely.
All right, Lee, we love you.
Lee, thanks, Lee.
Thank you, guys.
Take care.
take
Lee
care.
Behrens from Sterling Auctions. Real quickly, an All-Star cardboard, an All-Stars cardboard memory. If you're interested in purchasing it, we will be more than happy. You can go on Amazon.com. This is a great book that Ellen and I wrote with the help of Mr. Rico Petrocelli. That's you.
Yeah.
Very good book. Excellent book. And also, don't forget, we are now part of the United Podcast Network. Soon to be on a lot of different platforms. I am so looking forward to walking into my living room, pouring myself a martini with my cheese and crackers, and say, Alexa, play the Great American Collectibles
Well,
Show.
you already can because you're on iTunes.
Oh, yeah, that's right. See?
We're
Why
already,
don't you
we're
tell
already
me?
on.
What do you have
we're
with your
already on
martini?
iTunes.
Pablum?
Oh, cheese and crackers.
We're,
I
yeah,
thought
we're
it-
already on iTunes and Podbean for the audio. Soon to be on the rest. They take a little minute because they don't realize how amazing we are, but they will in a second.
They
and
will.
then
They
they'll get
will.
all the
Oh, well, how
episodes.
nice.
All right, Mr. Petrocelli.
Well, nice talking
God
with you.
bless you. We're going to see you Tuesday night. You're buying.
Yeah.
You just promised me. See, you're going to stiff me. You're going to stiff me. You're going to wind up. You're going to all of a sudden. My wallet's too heavy.
Yeah, right. I wish.
All right, listen. Great
was
job
great.
today.
Loved it.
Special,
Loved it.
special thanks to Brian Drent, Mile Hard, to Lee, guys. As always, a great job, and to our viewers and
Listen,
listeners.
Dave.
Thank you so much for the support. You guys have been absolutely spectacular.
Yeah, get back. I got to get back to the home. The sanitarium.
You
Wait
know
a
something? It's funny that you put.
I got to have a cigar, folks.
You
That's
put-
what I'm having. Look.
Yeah, you put a motor on your walker too. That's pretty good. With that being said, we love you guys. Happy
Thank
collecting.
you. Take care of yourselves, huh?
Take care.
The views and opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or callers of this program do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the Studio 21 Podcast Cafe, the United Podcast Network, its partners, or affiliates.